how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of The Scuff.
Wow. How do you feel? How are we feeling, everyone? Oh my gosh.
Everybody.
How are you feeling, Luto? How are you feeling?
Great. How are you doing, bro?
I am doing... I am doing great, bruv. I am doing great to be back not on set, I guess back in the office with Off the Scuff. Great ideas, bad execution, and of course, we are none other than your very own guides, your consultants, your idea makers, and of course, the hosts of this wonderful podcast. None other than PRISM Project's very own Generation 2. I am the idol to give you the wings to fly, cyber angel, Rita at your service.
And I am your favorite Akuma-sama. Yo. Anyways.
And it has really has been a while, you know? Like, I know we've only taken one, vacation, if you will.
Vacation.
From
Sick
Off
leave.
the Scuff.
No, it was sick leave.
That is not vacation. That was sick leave.
I was sick leave, okay?
The first thought that came into my mind was paid time off, but then I said, are we paid to do anything? I mean, I have fun, so that's all that matters to me.
Unpaid labor. That's okay. But yeah,
It's okay.
anyways, have you been? Did you miss me? We only just started our
Of
friendship.
course!
And then I was gone. You know?
I miss you so much. I was
Oh.
saying previously that
Oh.
I woke up that morning that was supposed to be the day that we, aired, and it was just so sad. I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was so empty. But now we're here.
Oh, that's a lot.
And well, it's whenever you have a routine, like when something's out of the routine,
I
it
guess?
feels a little weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I see. I see. Okay.
So I'm just glad to be back in the office, back at it again.
I missed you here too as well. I missed you.
Oh, did you hear that? Oh gosh,
Anyway.
It takes a special kind of a line of work to be able to miss what you do. So I'm just glad that we're able to enjoy our time here at Off the Scuff, where we help you come up with solutions or answers to some of your strange questions or topics.
Except we have to agree both on the answer or the solution. Otherwise, you get nothing. Okay, too bad. You just get nothing. It is
All
what
or
it is.
nothing.
Too bad, so sad. Okay, we gotta agree.
It is what it is.
So you better have something that we can both agree on. Otherwise, you get nothing. All right.
Although last time was a little different. Last time was
Friendship arc.
smooth sailing. Yes, friendship arc. But
Friendship
we'll see how friendship arc continues to pan out.
Yeah.
Which I hope it goes well.
Who knows? You
Oh,
know the
gosh.
thing with our friends is you never know how long it's gonna last, right? So
That's not really the direction I was thinking. I was thinking, what's friendship without little ups and downs? I think
sorry.
friendships can continue with ups and downs. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Maybe sometimes.
Oh gosh. And there it is again. Our unique perspectives on life, if you will.
Friendship.
And for our 5th day of the job,
Oh yeah.
we of course, as always, we had lots of comments to choose from. And as always, it was very difficult to pick just one. So for any future shifts, please continue to leave your burning questions and shower thoughts in the comments section down below so we can choose our next topic. But for now,
Oh hell yeah.
let's check out our question for today, shall we?
Okay. In a 3, a 2, a 1. Let's go.
Let's go! Thank you so much for today's question. This is from Kilolo.
San
Kilolo.
Chuan-kun, whatever you are. Thank you.
Hi, Rita and Luto. I want to ask a suggestion for the next Off the Scuff. How do you make a story with questionable morals? How do you make it work? And how do you make it uncringy? How do you make it not cringe? I guess. How do you make it good? How do you tell a story with a questionably moral character or story?
Story, questionable moral. What? Okay, wait. Before we answer
Okay,
your
okay.
question, I have a question. What exactly
what
is
is
a
your
story with a questionable moral?
So that was one of the things I wanted to clarify. Are we maybe like are we talking about like a Lord of the Flies situation where it's not necessarily like a situation that's comfortable to talk about? You know what I mean? But it kind of like addresses something
What
that
is
like
Lord of the Flies?
is-
Is Lord of the Flies the one where they all were on an island and then they kill each
Yes!
other? Is that the one?
So yeah, it's basically like a bunch of kids like end up
The
in a
no
plane
man's
crash.
land kind of thing. That everyone for
Yeah.
themselves. Oh, that one.
Yeah, and it
okay.
kind of addresses like what is the true nature of humanity.
I keep mixing up
Or-
I keep
Go ahead.
mixing up Of Mice and Men, Lord of the Flies, and and Animal Farm. I don't know why. I just keep mixing up these three.
Just the required educational reading.
Wait, you guys are the same ones? No way.
I don't think I was ever required to read Of Mice and Men. I remember being required to read like
I did Of Mice
like Les
and Men.
Mis.
Oh, I didn't.
I East of Eden.
No.
East of Eden. There's a lot of required, but I think my favorite is The Things They Carried. That was a very difficult story. How about you? Do you have a favorite required reading?
Oh yeah, good old Big Brother George Orwell, 1984.
Oh, 1984.
I really like that book.
It's good. I remember this is so funny. I remember watching like Darling in the Franxx with a friend. And at some point,
right.
wait,
Okay,
Lily,
I
at
see,
some point, I
I
was
kind of
like,
get it.
this is 1984, and then they immediately said, what?
No, you talked about it in one of the previous episodes, right? Like the
I did,
beach
yeah.
scene. It's like, oh, beach episode,
Yeah.
bam, 1984, Big Brother vibes.
If you think about it, there's a lot of elements of like, you know, controlling people's thoughts and minds and behavior.
I mean, if you think about it like that, then anything that has any sort of like control in it is just Big Brother.
I think it depends. I guess it really depends the extent to which they control people's thoughts and behaviors to where that control affects the way that they think.
I see.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But
back to your question and to my question. So what exactly is the questionable moral in the story?
so do we want to focus on a story that like similar to like Fahrenheit 451 or 1984 focuses on a questionable idea or like question, or do we want to focus more so on a character who maybe has a questionable like worldview? Does that make sense? Like for example, like Light Yagami from Death Note.
A life book.
A life
A
book.
life book.
I wanted to do a little nod to that, but I was like, I don't know how copyright works, so I figured that would be a good way.
Oh, I thought you did that to avoid the YouTube bonking. Cause I felt like,
exactly.
I felt like death.
Oh, the
probably-
word having
you
like the
probably
word
can't put
death.
the word death on like a
Yeah.
YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. So I guess that's another way. I figured any sort of not mention of Death Note was probably the best way to go.
Come on, yeah.
Oh gosh, but what do you
get creative
think?
children? Anyways,
What do you think should be the main question for today's
well, here's
today's shift?
thing, right? With every moral, morally questionable character, there's a morally questionable world behind the character, isn't it? Like you're not just gonna have a world of, let's say, what is a super lax? You're a camp. You're not just gonna have like you're a camp and have like a character like Light Yagami in the world of your camp. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't work like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like Light Yagami just was like was a normal high school kid in like a normal like city. Like yes, there was like crime every once in a while, but like not any like more so like But it was really Light's worldview that kind of skewed
But
his.
like, what I'm trying to say is like
Go
the
ahead.
world of your camp does not allow for such skewed worldview.
Ah,
You know?
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess today we're not. Are we going to be making another episode of something, or are we more? What are we making like a prescribed list of things not to do when writing a morally questionable story? What do you think? Like the 10 commandments of writing a morally questionable story.
So, 10 things not to do when you want to write an edgy character. Alright, number 1, just don't. Just don't.
Just don't. No,
don't.
I think there's merit. I think there's merit in writing stories like this, because I feel like it opens up like questions that we have about our. I was about to say our humanity, but you're a demon, so.
Well, I'm huffy.
That's true. You are a half demon.
Huffy.
So you're half human. I think
apparently the word like hahu in Japanese is kind of derogatory. Apparently, a lot of people are calling themselves doubles, like double it.
Oh, double? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
That cool.
That's news to me. That is cool.
Yeah.
So you're double.
I'm a double.
Wow!
Alright, anyways.
Oh my gosh.
That aside, yeah.
But what do you think? Do you think that'd be fun? Like we could do like 10 things. I feel like it, you know, I feel like a lot of our products recently.
Let's just reread the line. Maybe we can treat it like as an children. This is how you do exam questions. You read the question really carefully, and you read each word to see what the teacher, in this case the customer, wants from you. Okay, all right. Let's see. How to make a story. A story. So what we need is give him a story with a questionable moral to work.
Yes.
So we do need to present them with a story. I think we can't just list 10 things what not to do.
Okay. I see. Okay. I'm also
dragging it around,
but I'm struggling. I'm really
dragging
struggling. Oh, okay, because I'm trying to move it up, but then it starts moving down, and I'm wondering, I'm like, am I doing it? Because I want to write underneath. Okay, wait, I'm gonna move it. Don't move it, okay? Where the technical, stuff for being in the office, and I love how we have a smart board on the back wall.
Technology. Come on, it's 2021.
Technology.
You gotta at least have an interactive whiteboard. My primary school even had a interactive whiteboard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yes, Oh gosh. Well, only the best technology we have in our office. Okay. All right. So we are making a story with a questionable, and I think through our story we can show what are the good things that you can have to make your story about questionable morals.
Yeah, so I guess it's like you have this really hecked up idea, and then you're trying to like present it in a way that's just, that's acceptable to most people. Cause otherwise you're gonna end up with stuff like, I guess, Rita of Healer.
Oh dear. Oh no, I've heard about that one. Oh gosh. I've heard of that one before. Oh no.
Have you seen it?
Oh gosh.
Out of curiosity?
No, I haven't. No. I don't know if I want to. I don't think it's my type of show.
You should try it.
So, but to each their own, but I don't think it's my type of show.
No, you should give it a go. You should give it a go, man.
You think? Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh goodness. Oh gosh. Well, maybe someday, but I don't know about today or anytime soon. But what is there? Did you have
gonna go watch it?
No, I don't know if that's how I want to spend my Friday afternoon. Oh gosh.
Fine.
Oh dear. But let's see. What takeaways do you have from a show like that? Let's write down one note. What do you have to say? What is your takeaway from that?
I feel like this is a bit. Maybe I'm just critiquing the show too much. Also, I don't remember that much because I've only seen it once when it first came out. But I think they went a bit too hard on the suck factor.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have something. Oh, similarly, have you? I forget what it's called. Is it called King's Game? It's an anime where I've only seen one episode or two.
King's Game?
But it's an anime where there's there's a thing called a King's Game, and like you draw straws or you draw like ballots,
Oh, summer
and
game.
there's numbers. Oh, summer game, yeah. So King's Game, exactly. So depending for anyone who hasn't heard of this game or anime, basically you draw lots and you have like numbers, or sometimes it's like you have markings on the thing. But in this anime specifically, depending on the numbers you get, they get like messages on their phone that says number 2 has to slap number 4, or like number 3 has to like yell at number 7, and it progressively gets worse. And I had to stop watching. But one thing I didn't appreciate about it was the shock value. They put shock in there only for shock's sake. Does that make sense? Like they didn't have any sort of like
it doesn't make sense, right? Like
exactly. So I think shock has to have a purpose.
I agree. So
Shock.
we
Go ahead.
cannot have pure shock value. That's no good.
So for your example, like can you elaborate more on your redo example?
I honestly don't even like remember that much about it though. Like I think it was
Understandable.
something-
Oh god.
I think it's just dude had a tough life in his previous life. Reset his life, came back sweet, cold revenge. Because revenge is a dish best served cold. And then when he came back to revenge, he revenged in the worst way possible. He yeah.
Oh gosh, oh dear, I've heard. But I was thinking, yeah, and because I feel like,
And I felt like everything just kind of worked out a bit too nicely.
too easily, yeah. I would have to say similarly with King's Game, because I had to stop watching because for me it was a little like
I haven't seen it. So I don't know.
the shock without purpose is jarring, I think, because they would have the the different I guess dares, if you will, challenges, and that they would get progressively worse, and they would have them do something absolutely terrible, and then afterwards they would just go about their day like nothing happened.
Yeah, I
And-
feel like it's like not having. I guess it's like not having a stake, kind of almost.
Right, and if you're going to write a story about questionable like morals, and I think you owe it to the subject matter to really dive into like the nuances of like people's experiences. Yeah, and and to think that they discounted a lot of the I would assume like traumatic experiences they had in the show. It was a little jarring.
Yeah, I think
Even
another
though I
point
lost.
that's not just shock with purpose is like the way a lot of characters react to those morals is a bit questionable as well. Like, okay, if you already have someone that's like, are you trying to tell people that this is okay? Are you like, I'm not sure what kind of message you're trying to convey there. Like.
Oh, okay, wait.
Rita
Continue
Vila.
elaborating. Okay.
Doesn't it? I don't know if you've seen it, but you haven't seen it. But like,
I know I
kind
haven't.
It kind of just feels like they wanna somehow justify the character. And he,
I don't like that. I don't
You know-
like that at all. Yeah, I think one of the things is like I understand like trying to like pick apart somebody's brain, but I think trying to make them seem like an empathetic character is a little like not
yeah, like
Good.
what? You
Oh,
trying to make me
gosh.
relate? Because I'm not gonna relate.
Yeah, I think people, studios often try to, trying to pick apart, a character's brain. I think they lean a little bit too much into the empathetic
Yeah,
nature.
especially Rita Hilo when he like builds a harem, even though he does all these like bad things. It's like,
Yeah.
excuse me, and then all these women, they're just like, I will follow you for the rest of my life. Why?
Oh gosh, now I think that lends itself to the purpose of why these stories exist, and you might disagree with me on this, but because I feel like the purpose of these stories, at least the main purpose of these stories, is to highlight how bad things are, or how highlight how and open up a conversation on
I don't
why.
know because I watched.
Go ahead.
I watched. I don't know. I think it was the anime man who did an interview with the writer, the author of Rita and Luto, right? And then he basically went like, "Oh yeah, I just wanted to write a story about revenge." And that was basically it. It wasn't really like a warning.
Interesting.
Because you know, like stuff like, at least with things such as Death Note, I can see how it's like a warning. It's like, oh, you don't want to. You could, like, you're a human at the end of the day. You can't play God. You know, that's kind of the thing that they were going for, right? Which I can see. Rita of Hill is just happy-go-lucky revenge, as bad as you can get. Also get women while you're at it, cause why not? Women love revenge. Women love it.
Oh goodness.
Tickle
Oh
bitties.
gosh. I mean that I guess it also, Okay, question for you then. Do you when you bring up things like Suicide Squad or like Harley Quinn and like, do you think that shows or series like this, do you think they should either not take themselves too seriously or take themselves very seriously? Or do you think it's the weird space in the middle that is just not... Does that make sense? Am I confusing? Like, are you going to be... Like, either you're going to be like a serious conversation, like seinen type beat, or you could be like Suicide Squad and be like fun and like don't take yourself too seriously kind of. What do you think? I'd like to hear your opinion.
I don't think either way really matters, right? Like I think it matters more like, I think what matters the most is the message that you're trying to get across.
Okay.
Because with things like Suicide Squad, I can kind of see what they're trying to do. I can see what Death Note is trying to do. I can't see what the Killer is trying to do, apart from just shock value. You know, that's the only thing I see.
Yeah, I think also, I think one of the things we can list down is you have to, don't try too hard to be something that you're not. Does that make sense? Like, you or really understand what your message is or understand the purpose of what you're doing.
Yeah, but I guess it did work though, because it was pretty shocking.
Oh gosh.
That's why everyone knows about it now. So good job, author. Oh, you did it. You did it. Controversial as it is, you did it. You made it.
Oh gosh. Oh dear. So what? How would you say that? How would you? What's the best way to write that? Like, know your purpose. Like,
I think so.
Know, okay.
Yeah,
so like, if you want to be like a silly, like, you know, no holds barred, like, you then stick to it. Like, don't try to teeter between the two, because then I think then it gets a little. That point it's a little jarring.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Know your place.
Do you
know
have
your goddamn place?
Oh gosh. Oh dear. Now, I have a question. Do you have a favorite, you know, like... I think for me, I think like Psycho... I don't know if you would count Psycho-Pass as like...
I haven't seen Psycho-Pass.
To me, it's just like a... it's really good. It's like a dystopian, like...
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Series. It's very good. And in that show, for those who haven't seen Psycho-Pass, long story short, it's kind of like a dystopian setting where there is a system called the civil system, and they
is that
judge...
the one where everyone has like scores based on what they do? And then people can sabotage you and stuff?
Yes.
That one.
And it's not even that you had to do it. It's the system judges you on your potential for doing crime.
It's like, oh, this kid just born 90% chance of growing up to be criminal, kill it.
Right, exactly. And so the main character does more questionable morals. I think at first, you know, she's kind of like, oh, this is my job, this is what I do, but then I think slowly realizes like, hey, this is not, there's something not right here.
Yeah.
But go ahead. You sounded like you were going to say something.
Yeah, I feel like, no, just from what you said, I feel like a lot of these morally questionable characters is like a byproduct of their world.
Okay.
I feel like there isn't a single story where someone just has no explanation of how they became this way, you know? Apart from Light. What even is Light? Why is he like this?
I feel like he just has like a skewed sense of justice.
Yeah.
And because I think he genuinely thinks he's doing something good.
I kind of get it though. Like, it's not that I can't understand what he's doing. To be honest, I kind of
Right.
understand it more than the other people in the series.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if I ever wrote that down, and you talking about light bring it back up, but teetering the line between understanding why a character does what they does and empathizing. And I think we mentioned earlier that stories. I feel like stories like this don't necessarily work out if they try to be more empathetic rather than exploratory. If that makes sense.
What do you mean? What?
Like you know how you said, "Oh, I understand why light feels that way," but I can't empathize. Does that make sense? Like, oh, I can see why they're doing what they're doing, but it's not explain. Like, it doesn't excuse. Does that make sense?
No, I would.
Oh,
You're saying if you had a death note, you wouldn't? I would.
no, I would not. I would have to say no. I would not use the unlife book.
Why not?
Why would you?
Well,
Oh
I'm gonna
god.
ask you a question. If there's this one person who's killed
Okay.
who's like a serial killer, would you not kill him? What if they just can't have evidence? What if they don't have enough evidence to arrest him? You're not gonna kill him? I would.
I guess we have.
That's what I'm saying. I understand where light is coming from. You're saying he has a skewed sense of justice, but I kind of get it. I don't agree that he's killing every single criminal, because there's some criminals that's been placed in there even without doing anything wrong. Some people are falsely accused, which is happens all the time. But I'm saying there's also a lot of people out there who never get caught.
I guess I'm just too scared of the Death Note. I guess I'm just too scared of the Death Note. I don't know. Although if you were the up connected to the Death Note, maybe I would just hold on to it. Just so I could hang out with you. Yeah, if you were Shinigami.
Just to hang out with me?
Just to hang out with you. I wouldn't write anything in
Oh
Death
my
Note,
God.
but I would just carry it with
So
you.
you just have me, Pocahontas, you gonna write a name?
Yeah.
You're gonna give me
I would give you apples, yeah.
You better feed me a lot of apples and goddammit.
That's okay.
Following
That's
you
okay.
around
I'm
seems
more
pretty
than happy.
tiring.
Wait, a question. Is Ryuk able to forcibly, remove himself from a person? Maybe, let's say, somebody touches the Death Note and they don't want anything to do with it?
You can surrender your rights, right? Because I remember Light surrendered it.
Yeah, but can Ryuk, remove himself? Let's say, I don't want to... But let's say I pick up the Death Note and say, I don't want to stay with Rita because Rita's not used...
I think so. I think so. Yeah, you can probably just take it. But I think he just wanted to stick around because it looked fun.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Interesting. Well, interesting dynamic we have in the office.
Yeah.
Remind me to not keep any black notebooks in the office so I don't give myself a...
Wait, you cut off at the end. What'd you say?
I said remind me not to keep any black notebooks around the office so I don't give myself a heart attack.
Quick, everybody start sending all your black notebooks in.
No. I'll walk in and you're just doing work.
Once we have a PO box, the first thing I want you to send to Pocahontas. You know what's the first thing? It's an unlocked book. Do it.
I have a quick tangent. I have a friend who I told my friend, I was like, oh, I like anime. But they don't know much about anime, so they randomly bought stuff. They bought a Death Note for me, and I took it as, I thank you, I love it, you're so sweet. And then I just look at it, and I'm like, I'm so scared. I was telling Luto about this TikTok trend, and the audio of Mari going, I'm so happy.
I'm so
sad.
Oh no.
But that was me receiving the Death Note gift.
Speaking of TikTok, Lisa's song's been stuck in my head. The money one.
Oh yeah, money or
the
La
money.
Lisa?
Oh my
Yes.
god. Anyways,
That's been stuck in my head. But anyway, I wanted to go back to that specific point about empathy versus understanding, because I don't know if we were able to agree there.
yeah, I don't think I can. No.
So you're saying to make a story with questionable morals good. So wait, what was the point there? My
I'm saying
point
that
was
we have a different view on what is right.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the point of justice, right? Everyone's definition of justice is kind of different.
Yeah,
and that's why
I
there is
guess
no
that
one
comes
definition
with-
of justice, and that's why justice is never gonna happen,
mhm.
because everyone has a different
Oh,
definition of it.
And I guess that comes with being, an angel and a demon.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna
gosh.
ask you a question then.
Okay,
Then
go ahead,
if
go
you
ahead,
say,
go ahead.
If you say, okay, what is your definition of justice then? Why is it morally wrong to kill someone who's killed like 20 people, and shows no remorse over it?
Oh, maybe it's the remorse portion.
Hmm.
Oh, that's the thing. I think we mentioned earlier.
Hmm.
When characters like, so like me, like for example, I'm trying to think. Like when characters in anime or video games like do something, like let's say the main character. Let's do the main character, because usually in stories with like a villain, usually like if they'll just have the villain be villainy for evil.
Villain do villain things. Wow.
Oh dear. Well, let's say you have a main character.
Let's
and
say
the
you
main
have a
character starts
well-written
doing-
villain. Yes. All right.
You have a main character that's doing like bad things, right? Now, do you think that it's important we understand why the character is doing what they're doing, or do you think it's just we just have them do what they do? Really, as a main character?
I think it's important to know why, right?
Oh, okay. I misunderstood what you were saying. Yeah, no, I think so too. I think so too. Yeah. Because then I think it leans into the whole shock with purpose, or shock without purpose rather. Because I feel like the reason why we have these stories is because we want to pick a brain, to pick the main character's brain.
I think the reason why
Yeah.
Death Note worked with me is because I kind of get what I was doing.
Yeah. Right. Like, I think they were trying to pick apart his brain and say, like, this is why. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So, would you say that... So, one, shock with purpose. Two, know your purpose. So, stick to, And then, how would you say the third point would be then?
You have to make them empathizable, I think.
Right? Okay, so I think that's where have a disagree.
Or like at least
'Cause I think-
understandable.
Understanding.
Maybe
Okay.
that's one.
Okay.
Because even if you don't
Do you-
agree, you're just like, I can see this being a realistic character.
Right.
Like,
Right,
I can see this
I
happening.
think exactly, like pick apart their brain. Yeah.
I feel like we're just
Like,
using
I-
like Redo of Hero as a counter example, like the whole thing.
Oh gosh, like things not to
what's
do.
Say what's
Things
that?
not to do.
You're not a bad anime, it's just a little bit cringe. Yeah, no. Successful though.
So, I think that's because of the shock value of it all. I think so. Then I guess pick apart the reasoning, or like I guess understanding, or reasoning.
I think you have to, at least make it. You don't have to exactly empathize with it, but you gotta at least be able to relate to some part of it, right?
Right, because
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna dive into something that's really intense, might as well go full in.
Yeah.
And even for a series that's maybe more happy-go-lucky or silly, at least they also just tell like why, like at least they give a backstory or like why the person is the way they are.
Yeah.
Even if it's not necessarily like a philosophical discussion,
I
you
guess
at least
it's like
know
having
why.
a realistic character. Yeah, that's the one.
I-
Having
let's-
someone that's realistic, have the flaws and the whatever,
I think that's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Realistic purpose. I feel like purpose. is
We're
better.
just purposing everything. Everything has a purpose. We're just gonna today's keyword, children, is purpose.
I think maybe like
P-U-S.
realism and understanding. Realism and understanding. So it has to be both a reasonable amount of like a reasonable cause. Like this is why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And a reasonable, I guess, behavior too.
I mean,
and
technically,
then-
Rita
go
of
ahead.
Hero also had a reason. He's like, oh, my past life sucked, so this time I'm gonna turn it around. But then he's also like, on the way, he meets like nice people when he whatever, and he still doesn't change. And then that's just unrealistic. I feel like.
Oh, but now that you mention it, like what is like you mentioned like, oh, it's cringe because there's no way that would happen. But I think isn't that the point of like maybe discussing morally questionable stories like this? Is like, oh, I like this is something that I would never understand or not never understand, something I wouldn't I guess ever dream of being able to like perceive. Like and that's the reason why they have like 1984 or like Lord of the Flies to open up, I guess, that window of like,
yeah, but don't you think like Lord of the Flies 1984 relatable though? Like I can kind of
That's true. Like I think despite the extreme measures they take, I think there is a little bit of an applicable like nature.
Right.
I agree. I
mean,
have to
like
agree
if
on
you
that,
were to throw people on a deserted island, I can see that happening.
Right, like I can't see myself being, doing like the unimaginable or things that they do right in these novels. But I can understand why how they got
because
there.
I guess it does appeal to the deepest part of the human nature.
Yeah, so then I'm wondering then, how does that differ from maybe, let's say, the stories that don't work and are like how are they different?
Maybe.
And I think it's because they don't dive into the and harkening back to
I think it's also
King's
just doing
Game. Go
bad
ahead.
things without any repercussions. I think that's one of the things. Like
I see. Like expand. Go ahead.
it's just Rita Healer. It's like he tortures all these people. He like kills all these people. Does he get repercussions? No. His harem grows bigger. He gets stronger.
I see.
His powers. I forgot exactly what happened, but something along those lines. But whereas like Death Note, it's like every time he wants something, he has to work really hard for it. Like you can see how hard he worked for whatever he wants. So
right.
that makes it realistic, I guess.
I see. There has to be consequences to their actions, and there has to be. This is it's tough, but it's actually it's fascinating. I think it's. I'd have to say for sure. I think going off of what you were saying, like there needs to be both reasonable consequences and reasonable like reactions to said consequences. Yeah.
Although I still don't think spoilers, but also I still don't think that Elle should have died at the end. That was unrealistic. I feel like they completely changed him like in second season just to prove a point. That point was not well written at all. I should have written it better.
Yeah. I'm just sad about Elle. Oh gosh.
I'm not sad about it. I just think it's not realistic, which is why I didn't like.
Both. I would have to say both. I cry easily when it comes to anime.
Even someone who's killed millions, thousands, and millions of people.
I will have to say, Light's death was not as impactful to my sadness as Elle's was. I think I was more so. I think there was more sadness. I think I was too. I was about to say I was too scared to cry.
What do you mean you're too? How do you mean too scared to cry?
It was intense. It was an intense episode. I think I was too focused on being shocked. Oh gosh.
I just feel bad for Misa.
Yeah, I know. Oh gosh. But anyway, going back to the node, if there's consequences, then there has to be reasonable consequences, reasonable reactions to consequences. And I wanted to go back to that one part in King's Game. More spoilers. So there's a couple in King's Game. Yeah. And I think this was around the time that I think this is what made me stop watching. But there was a couple in King's Game, and it was like I think they were like numbers 2. Let's say they were numbers 2 and 3. But one of the asks from the King's Game was number 2 has to kiss number 7. And so obviously that was really traumatic for the other person, because one of them, I think the person who wasn't in the dare said, just do it. Like I like you're gonna die if you don't do if you don't do it. But the other person was very distraught. Well, I think I had to censor it there. If I had to, I think there was a little bit of censoring, in what they. I don't know if maybe I'm remembering incorrectly because it was a very intense scene. But
more than
maybe maybe my brain is blocking out the trauma.
It was more than a kiss.
I think it was a little bit more intense than that.
There was a bit of a
and I oh my gosh, I remember that episode talking about the Lion King. I recognize now. I recognize now.
I'm glad.
So I'm a little slow, so you'll have to forgive me. But basically the two were like, one of them was like, you have to do it or else you're gonna die. And the other person was saying like no, like I can't, like I'd rather die, and they had a very difficult conversation and confrontation, and then immediately afterwards they acted as if nothing happened.
I feel like that's really dumb.
And because I feel like they should dig in more into their into their thoughts and why and how that affected them.
I think it's dumb that like you're gonna rather die than
Well, I understand their reasoning. I don't know what I would choose in that situation, but
I would die. I don't want to die. I'm happy living.
I don't know what I would choose in this situation. I'm so bad at like placing myself in like situations and I guess really intense situations like that. Because I feel like I'd know what to do if it was like a more like clear cut, if that makes sense. But that's another thing. I feel like shows like this really make you question like, what would I do? What would I? And I think it's an interesting.
I would live.
I think it's an interesting exercise in you know what. I guess understanding your value behavior. But yeah, I feel like I would have been too focused on figuring out who's sending us these messages.
I would live. Only once you live can you figure out who's sending you those messages. So you gotta live first, you know.
Yeah, I see. And so I think things like that. I feel like they have to. I wanted to go back to the realistic consequences and realistic reactions.
But yeah,
so
you still haven't answered my question, by the way. Would you kill somebody if they're still like killer, and they show no remorse, and they're not getting caught?
I just don't like the idea of hurting people.
But David, okay, but here's the thing: if you don't hurt them, they're gonna keep on hurting more people.
Oh gosh.
So what do you do?
Oh no, am I back in ethics class? Oh gosh.
Yeah, this is ethics, everybody.
What would I do?
Yeah, what would you do? Would you rather kill one person or would you rather kill 10 people? This is how you program a car, by the way.
I don't have any. No, you have a self-driving car question.
I don't. But it's one of those questions they ask all the time. Anyways,
right. Like if you had to program a self-driving car and the car had to run into it either had to run into a pedestrian or crash the person in the car, what would you program it to do?
Exactly.
So, but that I feel like that question you're asking me assumes that there's nothing else I can do to save people. I feel like I could figure out a way. I feel like I could figure out a way. Realistically, I could.
Realistically saying though, like in that split second, the car can probably make a better decision than you can. Our reflexes are really bad. Human reflexes are not good.
Yes. Oh gosh, I feel like if it was up to my personal reflexes, I probably accidentally hurting both of us.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can pick one, that's still better. Both of you die, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
But yeah.
Let's think of maybe one more point, and then maybe we can start writing our story.
But you still haven't answered my question, bub. I'm waiting.
I don't know if I can answer. Well, we'll have to have a very. We should hang out afterwards and dive into the philosophical conversation of whether or not. Because I feel like I could wax poetic for hours.
One day we'll get Bucketen's answer. Would you kill a serial killer? Would you rather watch a serial killer kill people?
I feel like I can't answer it without giving so much I guess detail and describing. I feel like maybe that's the consequence of not being able to speak without going into really big tangents. Because I feel like I'd be like, oh, but consider this, oh, but consider this, and then that, and then 2 or 3 hours later, you have my answer. But I guess, long story short, I have an answer, but there's a lot of underlying things I would probably want to talk about and ask questions about, and like, oh, but you ask the question, but also does that make sense? Like,
okay,
I have a lot of.
Let's make it. Let's see if you can relate to this. But have you watched Squid Game?
I have.
Yeah. Okay. You know one of the main characters, the childhood friend. What's his name again? Sun or something like that. You know the one that was like rich, but then he got into a lot of debt because company, whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, at the end he started killing people.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people said they don't like him, but I kind of think he was the most realistic out of all the characters. What do you think?
Oh. How so? I'm intrigued. Go ahead.
Because all these people, they signed up knowing that they're going to die. So if you die, you can't blame anybody, right? You're just too weak. He's just playing the game. Right? You went in.
Maybe
you say you're gonna. You were like, heck, I'm gonna risk it all. I'm gonna go for the monies. But then, if you're not prepared to at least die, then why did you go in? You know? Did you think that you're gonna be the lucky one that comes out of it? Well, if you think you're gonna be the lucky one, then you gotta make some sacrifices. To make the sacrifices, you gotta kill some people. Is what I mean.
Maybe.
He deserved to win. The main character deserved to win.
Time to understand, because I feel like if I was in Squid Game, I'd be one of the first people to go.
Yeah, I feel like you would.
I feel like in the first
you would be Ollie. You would actually be Ollie. You would get betrayed.
Yeah.
So I can see.
Yeah, I feel like I relate to Ollie. Yeah. I feel like I feel like even I understand what you're saying, but I'd have to personally. I think I would try not to die.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would purposefully. Does that make sense?
But then if it's either you die or I die, then what do you do then?
I would die.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah. I would die. I would die.
I like living. I really do like living. So.
And I respect that. I respect you. I respect you and your sense of self and your willingness to I can't fault you for that. So I feel like immediate if I feel like somebody would be like, oh, Luto said that, she would let you die so she would live. I don't take any offense in that. I really don't.
Wow.
I really don't. Maybe. No, because then the reason why is because I understand, that's the idea of self-preservation, and if there really wasn't, if we really couldn't help it, then I would be happy.
God damn, this is why characters like this are so hard to kill off. Everybody just loves him. God damn, I'm gonna be the one that everyone hates. They're gonna be like, Luto kills a friend willingly! And then fucking fans of his, everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, Rita! What a sweet little angel! God, do something.
No, and now that we've had this conversation, I understand what you're saying about the friend, because I if we were in Squid Game, I'd want you to live. I'd root for you. If you had to sacrifice me, I would understand that.
Wow.
I would understand that.
Wow.
So I see now. I see what you mean.
Wow. Now the turntables.
I would be a little frightened and a little sad if you were very excited and willing and ready to. I would hope that in Squid Game you would have some hesitation to killing me, but as long as you're alive, and it's all that matters to me.
I am slightly touched. Wow. Thank you.
But now
you just make me look like a bit of a asshole.
No.
Am I the asshole?
And I wanted to reiterate what I was saying. Like, self-preservation is not bad. And if it had to come down to you and me, I would hope that you would have some sort of hesitation or sadness, friendship arc.
To be honest, like it's not bad, except it's painted bad because for some random reason everyone hates it when people look after themselves.
I think it's the whole like I think it's two things. I think it's the means to the end, and then the reaction, or how they feel. Because I'm assuming that like the character didn't want that to happen. You know, like I would like to think that, you know, maybe if we were in this situation, you wouldn't want to sacrifice me, but
I would want to sacrifice you, but like
And
I'm
so
just
exactly,
saying, if I had to,
exactly.
I would.
And I
It'd be
can't
a hard
help but do
decision,
that.
but I still would. You know,
I
I just
can't
like
help
living,
but-
okay? I'm the asshole. Today I learned that I am an asshole. God damn it! I am an asshole. It is what it is.
No.
I'm an asshole. I've come to
No,
terms with that. I am an asshole.
no.
Nice.
I think. No, but that's the thing. We were able. Wait, stop. I have an
What?
idea for
Oh,
pitch.
oh.
The next season of Squid Game with Luto and Rita. That's what we're pitching.
Okay.
Because then we can have. Oh gosh. This is good. This is great because we're having this conversation. Because you know you have this character. Oh my gosh, you're the main character.
I am the main. No, but it's the main character wasn't. He was nice. The nice one
true.
lives. I die.
Right.
Oh, no.
gosh.
Rest in peace,
Oh
me.
no. No, but I thought the whole point was that you sacrificed me in Squid Game.
No. It's I become so evil. It's gonna be exactly the same as Squid Game. I become so evil. You see that and you're like, I can't believe
right,
Luto is killing all these people. They did nothing wrong. And you're
Right.
gonna be like, I will fight her until the end of whatever. And then somehow you slap me to wake me up. I felt like that was no. I know. I can't. I don't.
Because I feel like you know I don't think you're a bad person if you wanted to live.
No, I'm an asshole.
Maybe it would be different if like you know happy and having fun killing people off. That'd be a different story.
I mean,
But if it was more so like I'm sorry, I don't want to do this, and then
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Maybe it's just I'm okay with this situation then.
But then if you think about it like that, I don't really understand how the morals would work. If it's either you kill me or me kill you, so why am I the asshole for killing you? You're gonna kill me anyway, so why can't I kill you?
I think it's more so in this specific situation where it's like we don't want to do it. And I'm okay with in this situation, I'm okay with
I'm
it
asking like a different question. Like not between you and me. Like
Okay.
let's say two
Okay.
people. Me and someone else, right? If that person wants to kill me, like let's say the marble game, because we're not that close. Let's say we're not that close. I don't really know this person, right? I'm like, okay,
Okay.
yeah, I want to live. I don't want you to live. And the other person's like, yeah, who the heck are you? I want you to die. I want to live. So if I don't kill them, they're gonna kill me. So why is it bad for me to kill them?
See, I think that's a different. I think that's because with us, it's more. I don't have any. I don't have not ill will. I don't have any sort of intention of sacrificing you. Whereas in that case, I think it's two people who actively want to, you know, commit the die
Commit
to
the
the other
die?
person. I always
Commit
feel
to your
bad
branches,
saying-
everybody. Commit to
I
die to your
always-
branches. Don't forget to commit.
Don't forget the pull request on your attack.
Don't forget.
Don't forget to merge your attack.
Always.
Anyway,
And don't forget to solve the conflict by committing the
stop.
die.
I can't do this. Oh no.
Alright,
Okay. Anyway. Oh gosh. But anyway, I think then it's more so a sense of self-preservation. But then also I think that brings up the question is actually no. I think it's more so just a question of self-preservation because at that point it's I think it's just like you know you want to live.
so is that like
So,
more self-defense than murder at that point? Would you say?
I'd say so. I guess I don't know. We'd have to build out a
morals.
right. I think you'd have to build out a. I know. Have you ever taken an ethics class? It's very difficult. Me too. In Cyber Angel Trading, I had.
Somehow I passed.
Me too.
I had
gosh.
to write about. It was really funny. I had to write about AIs, and we had to do a presentation. And I did a presentation on deepfakes. And we just played this video of Obama saying "Parliament" in class to like hundreds of.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, because I remember in Cyber Agent was like ethics about like technology, but also like law ethics and like it was very interesting. It was very fascinating.
Yeah, ethics.
Oh, but
law
anyway,
is, complicated.
ethics law is very complicated, especially when you start going into like, you know, the different laws of like not just like like the ethics of technology, but like also like the laws that exist, and like like when this happens, or like whose fault was it? Like you have to go back and
when it comes down to whose fault is it, it's always the managers. It's always the managers not communicating. I don't know if you guys did the same cases that we studied, probably, because there's only so many that they use for examples, right? But then, like, I swear to God, every one of those cases that they gave us was because, oh yeah, the managers, they couldn't be bothered to, like, check everything was working. They couldn't be bothered communicating everything. So, yeah, managers, communication, it's always.
Ethics classes are always so difficult because it'll like ethics and law classes, because they'll give you like a whole like page of to read. Like, this is the scenario. You're given like 10 pages, and then you have a question. It's like, well, the damages were over $150,000. The damages were equal to $150,000, and I'm like, no, wait, and then like,
we didn't
well,
do
actually,
those number
it was one
ones. We
set
just did
underneath.
case studies. We didn't go into like how much money was lost. Let's say we went more into like human life and stuff.
I think I was a mix of those. Like whose fault is it that this happened? Like, was it like at this point in time, or like, you know, did they have the duty to be a good Samaritan or something? Oh gosh.
Yeah, because it's
Always
like
so
it's like the same thing as like captains lost abandoned ship, right? It's kind of it's like the same concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like when it comes to asking questions like what was the question that you were trying to have me answer earlier? It's like, would you kill someone if it mean like the trolley situation? I guess it's difficult to answer with just one sentence. You kind of have to
I don't
break it down and
go for it. Go for it. We have time.
I don't know if we have 2 or 3 hours, because I always
we have
time.
10 minutes for you to elaborate.
10 minutes? No, it's okay. Because we still need to build our episode.
Fine.
Gosh.
Well,
So we have
if I have time
shot
after the episode, I want to hear your answer. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. If you don't mind staying after hours for
No.
a while.
Like if we have time, like
Yes.
in this episode
Yes.
is what I'm saying.
Oh,
So
I
everyone
see.
else wants to hear it, you know. You can't just tell me. No.
I guess my gut reaction is no. I would not do it.
Right.
Yeah, because then I
Respectable.
think wait, this is kind of silly. And I think I made a similar choice in Mass Effect. And because it was like, would you kill the terrorist that you were just captured? So no, it was more so, the question was, you rescued hostages, right? And he had hostages there with you. And I guess this is a slightly different situation where it's like, would you risk the or not risk, because I think it's like, would you let the hostages die in order to be able to capture the serial killer, or would you secure the hostages and then let the serial killer go free? And so I chose to save the hostages, because I figured,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
But I don't know. I don't
capturing them, you know.
Right. Exactly. But I don't think I could. And I guess that's what my reasoning. This specific situation where I don't think I could do it, but I think there could be some sort of prevention.
Yeah, but the
Between-
scenario that I gave you was a bit different. It's more that if you don't capture this person or use the unlive notebook on them right now, if you don't use it on them right now, then like let's say 10 other people's gonna die. Like
Immediately.
Yeah.
And then I think that also brings up the question is, you know, oh, this is very Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh.
What is the cost of a life? Or like, what is the
exchange?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I don't know if I'd be able to hurt
You just don't want to
anybody.
kill people. You just, even if other people
I
die
think that's
because of it, you just don't want to kill other people. I think I see it now. I get it.
Yeah, because I think I don't. Would you back in the ethics class conversation? Would you say that I have? Because then would you say that those people dying is my fault?
No,
And it's
I
not.
wouldn't say it's your fault.
It's not more so I'm worried about like, oh, it's my fault that I did it. It's more so like I don't want to like other people hurt. But I guess then that makes sense. Like, would you rather that more people get hurt, or so then I guess if that's the case,
Yeah, I don't really
I would
get
do
that
what I
because,
could to.
Yeah, I don't really get that because for me it's more just well, if I know I can prevent something, why not prevent it? Even if it meant somebody's gonna have to unlife themselves.
If that's the case, then yes. If I don't have to worry about having to actually like, because I think just thinking about it, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. But I would want to. If it's a case of protecting people, then yes. Oh, but the question. Oh, now see now it's gonna get even more complex because is the one person if the one person I have to kill so that the other 10 people don't have to die, is that person like a murderer? Do they have ill intent?
Yeah, they do.
Then I think yes, I would.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was more so of like I thought it was more so of like there's an unspeakable force that's telling me to like kill this innocent person so that
No. The question I gave you was, would you use the unlive notebook on a serial killer who can't be caught because there's just no traces, no evidence or whatever, but you see them kill somebody, and then no one's catching them, and then you know that every day they're killing someone new. So that's the question. Yeah.
Then in that case, yes. If there was no other preventative measure to help the other group, and there was ill intent, and then yes.
So I guess our conclusion is one human less than
There
many
it is!
humans.
Well, but you mentioned before that that the individual killer or murderer and wanted to harm.
Yeah.
So then I would do what I can to protect the innocent bystanders.
Okay.
And only if there's no other preventative measure.
Okay. So say no. So bye bye to bad people. Sorry, bad people.
If that villain could not have been captured and been reformed, I guess.
Understandable. Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
But now the real me is what would happen in the Rita and Luto Squid Game season 2 episode.
I would die. Because people hate me.
I would die. No, I feel
Okay, here's the thing. I think we will both die, but I would die. I would go down and everyone's like, heck this character. She's so selfish. She just wants to leave herself. And then you will be the, oh my god, baby.
No, oh gosh. Well, let's dive into our story. Do you think these 4 is enough? Do you think we have enough to start pitching our episode?
Let's how about pick something. What is a questionable moral? What is the questionable moral we want to work with?
I guess then I don't know. Do you want to do the Rita and Luto Squid Game where it's more of like a self-preservation, who lives, who dies, who tells your story kind of situation? What do you think?
Oh, would it be someone that carries out what they think is justice, which is a lot of how these things work, right?
Right. Where it's like a skewed person, well, not skewed perception, or rather, a very. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Or I guess because with
fire kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Like chaotic evil type situation.
I thought chaotic
What's
evil.
your
That's
line?
chaotic good though, right?
Oh, I guess so. Well, yeah, yes, you're right, because he has a skewed sense of justice.
Yeah, but justice is still like still doing.
He thinks he's doing good.
Yeah, exactly.
He thinks he's doing good, but right, that's right. What's your alignment?
I don't know.
I think I took a test before, but I don't remember.
What do you think I am?
I think you're definitely chaotic. I think you're chaotic neutral.
Neutral?
Yeah.
No.
What do you think about me?
What is the opposite of chaotic evil? What's
chaotic,
the other side?
Oh, lawful good.
Lawful good. Yeah, that's probably you.
Me? You think I'm lawful good? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
It's either that or neutral, right?
Neutral good?
Yeah.
That's the middle, right?
Yeah.
For lawful and chaotic.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can accept that.
would do some things that, because I know there's a lot of people out there that's like, I would never take a life, no matter what they did. It's not my place to take a life. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I know there's people like that as well. So.
Yeah. So I can see that neutral good. Neutral good.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Why? I definitely think you're a chaotic for sure.
You know, if something's hecked up, you gotta be more hecked up. Otherwise, you can't live through it. You know?
Fair enough. To each their own. Right? Fair enough. All right. So what do you think? What do you think are?
I don't know. I like the skewed sense of justice one. I kind of.
Okay. Who is our? So we need to have shock with purpose. I'm assuming that's going to be a story beat. That's going to be a story element. Know your purpose. So what's the purpose of our story? What are we trying to tell? What's our message?
How about we do something like Rita of Heal, like revenge? Except we make revenge good revenge. Have you seen like 91
I don't know
Days?
if I want to make something like Redo of Healer.
No, not like that. I mean like centered
Oh,
on
I
revenge.
see.
Have you seen Have you seen 91 Days?
No, but I know of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, I guess. That was a good revenge story.
I have to watch it. I know it's really but okay, so what's the purpose of our elaborate for those who don't know of
91 Days. 91 Days is a little boy. Watched his parents get pew-pewed right in front of his eyes because as he was hiding in closet. Brings me back to 12 minutes. But yeah.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah, and then he grows up, joins the mafia just to destroy the mafia from the inside. To serve revenge for parent killing.
Yeah. Like taking down the organization from the inside. Yeah. I like that. So then what are what do you think?
I don't know.
I kind of want to do. Have you seen Itaewon Class? Itaewon Class is a K-drama, and the story, the gist of the story is a restaurateur who, when he was younger, a evil like corporate, I think he was a CEO or something, had killed his father. And he was so devastated that happened, and the way that he decided to exact revenge was that he, for like the next 10 years, he like saved up a bunch of money to open his own restaurant so that he could become a rival to the CEO. And because he said he wanted to take his business down, like by running him out of business, by making his own restaurant chain that stands out over. So I like that kind of idea.
So basically, I'm gonna become so successful. I am gonna have my revenge for becoming so successful that you ain't got nothing on me. I like that.
Yeah. So it's like a, I want to become. I want to grow and become better.
That's more like just a self-motivation story, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's also like kind of a revenge story because
but it's not questionable morals because he's not doing anything wrong. He's doing everything that's right. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
this is like
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, but he's also purposefully trying to run the other business.
Yeah, so that's business.
That's true.
And he's not doing anything dodgy, so it's just.
What if? Oh gosh, I'm trying to think.
Is that
what
morally
else?
Is my
I
morals
think so.
just bad?
No, that's not morally questionable. I guess I gravitate to media that isn't super morally questionable.
Yeah.
But let's see. What is like a so we did like the mafia revenge. We talked about
Yeah, some sort
restaurant
of
revenge.
What do
you think? What is something that what if I don't know.
There's not very many things I wanna avenge. So
I'm just trying to think of like what if the character when they were really
what?
What if the character when they were really young they had like maybe like a video game or something that they really liked and somebody would like maybe like broke their console or like stole their game or like trash like you know talk down on their game, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna like grow up, I'm gonna work hard just so I can make a game where they're the main, like a character in it, and like they're the evil boss or something. I don't know, like something where it's
this
like
just sounds like a petty story.
I know.
That's a petty. I don't like
trouble
it.
writing. I have trouble writing.
You're trying to
like,
keep
more-
as PG as possible. I
I
feel like
know,
to write
I have
something that's really questionable moral and make it uncringy. You have to make it
I'm
non-PG.
gonna have to hand this over to you. 'Cause I don't know if I could do this.
What you said just then reminded me of the story. Do you know, like how they invent like new colors and stuff like that? I think there was someone that invented a color and they made it like, especially
Vanta
like,
Black.
Really, yeah, made it really expensive or something. Something along those lines. And then other people were like really annoyed, so they were like, "I'm gonna make something that's better than yours, and I'm gonna make it cheap, and I'll make it so that only you're the only person who can't buy this."
Yeah, it was the creator of Vanta Black like didn't allow other people to make this
something
type
like
of
that.
color
Something
black.
like those, yeah.
So somebody made a pink. A pink that is like the pinkest pink, and they said only the person who made Vanta Black can't use this color.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, so our expert, what do you think the story should be? Because obviously I'm not able to
I feel like
a story.
to make it morally questionable, like revenge is in itself not questionable. I don't think, because it depends on how you do it, right?
The revenge, okay.
So I need to require something that everyone would be like, okay, no, that's wrong, but I get it. So something like that.
I think maybe like, I think a common thing is like, you killed my parents and now I'll kill
you.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
so I think that's a
find
good-
you and I will kill you.
Morally,
Yes.
like questionable basis. Yeah. 'Cause I think more so. It's like, I think that again, like it's, are we going to dive into the person? So I think this goes with know
I feel
your
like
purpose.
this
Are
is
we
just
gonna?
so broad. Like, how do you even? I don't even know how to answer this question. Oh God.
Well, I think you know, for this one, you have to you have to know your purpose, right? So like,
I have to choose something.
are we going to have it be like a seinen, like emotional deep dive, character driven, like character study, like, you know, this is how the character is influenced by their past, this is how they the people around them, or is it going to be more so like a silly, like, oh ha ha ha, you know, like here's like the goings on of like a
Super
you know, I don't know.
villain.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd lean more towards like the
backstory.
depth. Yeah. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards like, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think is at least more enjoyable? 'Cause I think either or is can be pretty good. I lean more towards the like, let's have a deep philosophical conversation about.
Yeah, I like that. But that, I feel like that one's hard to make uncringy, because when you make jokes at something, that makes it really uncringe. So take for example Suicide Squad and Deadpool. They're pretty moral, like questionable, but no one would say like Deadpool's cringy, you know?
Yeah, but they know their purpose is to have is to be fun and funny. So yeah. So in order to know our purpose, we really have to stick to that whole like serious conversation and not try to like do any like surprising
That's hard.
things that are, I guess, out of
so hard.
Yeah, I know. I know, my gosh. But now the question, I'm we need to have our shock. But what is the revenge story? Are we doing the you killed my parents and so now I'm going to kill you story?
That one's so overdone though, I feel like. Is there anything else? But then
See, my ideas, I feel like them down because they're so you know, PG.
And then this
I'm
old
sorry,
boy.
I'm not a better
And
coworker.
then this old boy.
What if, okay. I'm trying to think.
No, this
What
one's-
if it was, okay, what if it was like property damage? So like I don't know, like you broke something.
You broke something.
I don't
right?
know. It's yeah.
How about
Or like. Go ahead.
Maybe.
Okay.
A bully.
Oh, okay. So you bullied me in the past.
Okay, how about maybe just scratch the revenge idea. I feel revenge is too overdone. How about we focus our story on a bully? So that's pretty morally questionable, right? And
I
can
think so.
explore why they're a bully, and maybe that would work.
Okay, yeah. Wait, okay. Maybe it's because I was thinking about like video games. What if there was a kid? Maybe this is maybe there's a kid who was like bullied when they were like a kid. Maybe this is gonna get into very like Sword Art Online, Ready Player. But let's say they were bullied as a kid for being nerdy or writing video games or playing video games, and then as they grow up, they become like I don't know, like who was the name of the guy who?
What? You keep going on, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Who was the one who created the nerve gear in Sword?
Can't remember some old song.
Right. So what if he becomes like the developer, CEO of a company that is like a really prolific AR like company that everybody uses, and they they made it specifically so that eventually do like Sword Art Online type things to that person specifically. What do you think? Really? I thought I was going to get shot down for that one. Oh gosh.
It's okay. I like the concept, but I feel like it's a bit too unrealistic.
Too realistic.
Unrealistic?
Unrealistic. I guess that makes sense.
I like where you're going.
Yeah, because it has realistic consequences and realistic reactions.
Yeah. I just feel like I don't know if like the point of this is to make it work and uncringy, right? Someone goes to all that effort, make a company just to kill one person. I feel like there's easiest way. There would be easier ways to do it,
Maybe it's not just one person, but maybe it's to get back on people like the person. Does that make sense? Oh gosh. Or just maybe just like get back at society in general. So Sword Art Online, but darker. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I can kind of see
I sense a little bit of hesitation. What do you think?
I don't know. I can't explain what I'm feeling. I feel like it could work, but also at the same time, I feel like it's just a bit too far-fetched.
No, I get what you mean. Because I think there's a lot of parts of Sword Art Online too that I think are a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I feel like making a whole game just to get... Oh, no, people would do that. I can see that. Would they? But then what did I get out of it? Just pure satisfaction?
Gratification, maybe? And then maybe, like, you can... and then maybe we can have them realize or... I don't know, because I feel like it's the whole, like...
How about we have, like, more of a realistic story, though? How about, like... Because I feel like one thing that makes the stories work is that they're, like, really... Something that you could easily see happen in real life, Like, I don't see someone developing a game like that. First of all, it's really hard to do that because you have to go through a lot of text to make a game.
Well, what if the setting wasn't, like, our universe? What if it was, like, an alternate future setting there? Like Psychopaths, where there's technology that's capable of being able to do that.
No, I mean, like, it's not the technology part. Like, I can see Psychopath being a thing, but I can't see what you said become a thing.
Ah, I see.
Just because I would think, like, making a game is... Okay, so first of all, when you make a game,
I mean,
there's a lot
somebody
of
made
text.
Squid Game.
Yeah, but Squid Game isn't... It's set in the real world. Like, it's not an actual, like, simulation.
Okay. Oh no! What I almost accidentally made Squid Game. Let's see. Are we sticking with?
Really made Squid Game. I think you're just making Squid Game.
Are we sticking with the? Are we sticking with the main character suffered in their past, and so they want to make other people suffer Is
How
that
about we
is
have
that
like a
the
more realistic story? None of that like
Okay.
sci-fi stuff, just to make it easier to
Okay,
understand.
okay.
Because I feel
All
like
right,
the
all
best way
right.
to make something non-cringe and
Okay.
make it real is to make it like really real. Like, you know, like this person could have easily been me if I took
Right.
one wrong step.
And
kind of thing,
I
you know?
see I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're gonna do one of the more light-hearted, like silly, you know,
Yeah, I can see
more.
yours
I
working
think it
as
has to
more
be
of the
sci-fi.
lighthearted ones. Yeah.
Right. But I think if we're gonna do like if we're going to do like a character study type beat, it has to be more like realistic. I agree. I agree. Let's see. Huh.
How about we just follow the life of a bully? See why they bully people, see what kind of environment they grew up in, and see how they continue to do it because they just don't get help.
Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I think that'd be a you know, that's the purpose is you know, a study into like what could happen.
So basically a
If-
tragedy, I think.
I
I
think
feel like
so,
if you
yeah,
write something with
tragedy.
questionable moral and you want to make it work, I feel like most of the time it just ends up being a tragedy. I think that's how it works. It's really
But
hard
I
to
think-
make
I
it
think-
not tragic because, like, if you're gonna write someone who's done all these things, it doesn't make sense for them to live at the end.
Really? I feel like either be
Where you cut off?
no positive
You
end.
cut off.
I feel like it could be either way. You know, if you wanted to end it in a tragedy, there's tasteful ways. But I think there's also, you know, tasteful ways to make it, you know, a positive ending as well. I think it's just up to a matter of personal preference if you want a sad story or a happy story.
I see. So you either want like an uplifting one where it's like you can get help, everyone can be helped, or another one where it's like no, once you're down this path, there's no turning back. So it's either one of those two, right?
Yes, I think either. I would personally like if maybe there is a positive ending, but I think there's a way that you can, you know, showcase, you know, the problems of bullying with either ending.
I see.
I sense a little bit of conflict in the office.
Yeah. Is this
Oh gosh!
conflict?
So why do you... Huh. Okay. Now, I have a question for you then.
What easy?
Why particularly would you like there to be a negative ending? Because I feel like it could be either way. I think it'd be nice, you know? Because I don't know, what do you think?
Because I
Why
feel
do
like
you
if you want to explore all the dark side of things, then this character must have done a lot of bad things, you know?
Right, but that doesn't mean that there can't be a happy ending to some degree.
So
at
you're
the
telling?
end.
Okay, I feel like that in itself is a tragedy. If this main character who's done all these bad things ends up having redemption at the end, I feel like that's that's not justice. I feel like that in itself is a tragedy.
Well, but what is the purpose of our show? Like, or do we need to have like that we got our justice at the end, or is it more focal point of understanding why our main character did something, or understanding the cause of it all?
Yeah, understanding this cause, but then also understanding that if you do certain things, there's gonna be repercussions, right?
I think either way, I think it could either be happy or sad ending, but I don't know. I would prefer a happy
So
ending.
you wanna see a happy ending for a serial killer, is what you're telling me?
No, it's more so I want there to be, like, maybe they recognize that the things that they did were wrong.
Yeah, you can recognize it, but you still have to pay for it, right?
I think either way it could.
Cause like the same thing with Light at the end was like, I couldn't become God, dies. Right?
I mean, maybe it's just I don't think I could wish ill will on anybody. Like I can recognize that somebody did bad things, and I could agree like that's a bad thing that they did. Or
I feel
but
like
I guess I
more
just
of an impact if we make it sad. So think about something like this. This person, cause are you one of those people that believe that no one is inherently bad when they were
Yes.
born?
yes,
Me too.
I have the inherent belief
Me
that
too. Everyone
Go
is
ahead.
a product of their surroundings and upbringing, right? So So, I feel like you have more of an impact when you see that and you can recognize that in a character. You know, you'll be like, okay, I'm so glad that I had people around me so I didn't end up being like this. But then, you know, it makes more sense. Because at the end, if something happened to them, you'll be like, you know, I feel like it just makes more of an impact.
Well, it depends. It depends. Like, do you mean like happy end? Because I don't think a happy end. Oh, they get to go
You're cutting off.
at all. I think.
You're cutting
Oh,
off.
really? Sorry. I don't think that, like, you know, a happy ending is, oh, you know, the bully gets to go free. I think it's more so, you know, their justice, obviously there should be there, but like at least can the bully like learn from their lessons.
Oh,
Like,
so that's what you mean by happy ending. So like there is a lesson to be learned and they learned it. So no matter what happened to them at the end, they came to the realization that they were wrong. Is that what you're trying to say?
yes.
Okay. No, that
Yes.
I'm okay with. Yeah, that I'm
Yeah.
okay with. Yeah.
So like you know, if the bully does something bad and they have to go to jail, then you know that happens. But you know, I think I'd
feel
like to see some sort of like
I kind of wanted the other way though. I kind of wanted that he doesn't see, like they just don't see it until the end.
Oh.
And then it
What do
just
you, what is the
continues.
end?
End of story. I mean, the story has an end, right?
Yes.
So they just keep doing whatever they do, and they don't. I feel like the most tragic part is not knowing what you do is wrong. Right?
Okay, so like, okay, so then from the point of the viewer, we know that what they're doing is wrong, and
yeah.
there's not sort of like empathy, but then the tragedy that they
Yeah. You make it. I guess it's someone that does like really bad things, but you still kind of feel bad for them, you know, at the same time, because it wasn't their fault that they ended up being like this, kind of. Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there, probably, that's like this. Are there any stories out there that's like this? I actually.
I'm wondering. I'm like wondering if we're like, you know, inadvertently copying another story
Yeah.
already. Huh. You know, but you know, not every story is
Anything in the
truly
comments?
original. I don't think anything can be really truly original, huh? But I think, I don't know. So you say that you think that we should have our main ever recognize that they're doing a bad thing.
I
Is
just
that
don't
what you're
want
saying?
them. I don't want them to recognize it because I feel like there's more to work with there.
What do you say? How so? Elaborate.
I don't know. Have them in an environment where like redemption and realization just isn't possible.
So they never like get the help that they need to like recognize.
Because that's pretty real, you know. Not everyone's lucky enough to get help. Because I feel like, okay, with like morally questionable things, maybe that's another thing we should have written down. But it's there's some sort of like problem with let's say society, and these questionable morals are like a byproduct of that. I mean, there's psychopaths obviously in the world.
I
Some people are
see.
just born like that, I guess. But most people aren't like that.
We brought up the nature versus nurture conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But I mean, even psychopaths, like if they get proper help, they can
Right,
fit in pretty well,
right.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So how about I'm trying to think. I don't know, maybe I just have a hard time in you know, a bad ending where the bad character continues to be bad, but oh gosh. Sure.
I feel like that's really
Let's
sad.
roll
Don't
with
you
it
think
then.
it's pretty sad? Like it's a whole life
What
of
do you
just
mean?
isolated, not trusting anybody, not being able to trust anybody, not having anyone there for you. Always have to fend for yourself. Isn't that sad?
I thought you were saying the happy ending was sad. Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
the
agree.
happy ending is happy because that's why it's happy. Even if they end up in jail, I still feel like that's a better ending than always having to be on edge and always, living your life thinking the whole world's your enemy.
I think okay. I have a compromise then for us. I'm okay with having the bad ending, where they continue to be bad only if our tale acts as a warning. Like,
I mean, isn't the whole point?
Like, I just want to make sure that that's our purpose. Like,
no,
this is.
Bro, I don't want to write one of these stories and be like, yeah, guideline on what to do with. No, guideline on what not to do in life. Yes.
Okay, and then okay.
But also recognize that there's people out there that I feel like bad isn't. A lot of people are like, oh, if you've done certain things, then you're just automatically bad. But no, I feel like there's a lot of gray areas. Like, there's no single person that's just bad or just good. So that's kind of like what this. I feel like that's what like questionable morals is meant to.
Right,
sort of
no
entail,
one has
right?
a monopoly. One has.
You cut off. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I was saying like nobody. I think what we mean to say is no one has a monopoly on virtue and a monopoly on and vice. So I think it's a complicated gray am I a product of my surroundings? Did I have did I have the choice over? So I think that'd be an interesting story, and I think that'd be a great purpose of our exploring I like that. So what if it was like the story of a bully.
Yeah.
And our purpose is the difficult philosophical question of nature versus.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nature, right?
I like it.
What if
Would you all
oh my god, we can move on to our pitch. I have like the best opening.
Okay. Go.
Are we gonna go for it? Wait, before we go.
Wait. First of all, what's our shock with purpose? What's our shock and then our realistic consequences?
Shock with purpose is what they do, right? But you get why they do what they do. So for example, like you see them like threatening people with money and one day maybe accidentally killing someone because they wanted to rob someone and then they're like, oh no, this is an accident, but now I've gone too far to go back, Stuff like that.
So in this story specifically, pick one, like what will be one shock? What would be the purpose of it?
Okay. Imagine if this bully had.
Are you pitching? Wait. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really pitching right now, but like.
Okay.
So imagine like if they had like abusive parents and then they didn't have money to buy food, So you gotta eat to survive. So as a teenager or something, they went to rob somebody, but that person getting robbed, obviously.
Stole a loaf of bread.
Yeah. Kind of like or like Aladdin stealing a loaf of bread.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then they were gonna get beaten up, right? You don't want to get beaten up, so they like knifed the person that's beating them up and accidentally killed them. And they go, "Oh no, I killed a man."
Oh,
something like that.
Yeah, and then the purpose of that shock being we get to dive into their thought process.
Yeah. I feel like
and we get to see
show development with the Suck. I feel like that's what the Suck is there for, right? You understand a bit more of the character. You understand a bit more about the situation, and it develops from there. That's what the Suck is for. You can't just be like, gore, blood. Oh yeah, Suck. Oh, what did we learn from this? Nothing, by the way. No, hate that. No.
Oh gosh. Or like they move on from it without even about it.
Yeah. So from that point, it would be like it would serve as a turning point, and that would be a shock with purpose, children. This is how you.
I like it.
Yeah. Right.
I like it.
Yeah. Right.
All right. I think we're ready for your pitch to begin.
Oh, me?
And I will throw in. I will add in.
You want me to pitch and you throw in details?
Yes.
Oh,
I think
my day
we
to shine.
can do it together. I think we can do it. I know it's both of us. But I think start.
Okay.
So I'll let you start, but it will be our pitch.
Okay, to the mountain. Let's get into. Oh, bless you. Let's get into some pitching mode, right?
Let's go. Oh, I'm ready. Yes, I am so ready.
Pitching time. Our morally questionable story that is somehow uncringy. Well, I mean, it's up to them to decide it's uncringy or not, but I think it's kind of uncringy.
That's true.
I guess
go
you
right
have to
ahead.
vote at the end. All right, at the last now. So we see. Opening shot would be like a little baby, right? A little baby.
Oh, okay.
And then you know like when they open with like a really blurry shot? I don't know, this is like in my mind. when they open with like a really blurry shot, close up to like a little baby just crying, and then at first you couldn't hear anything, but then surrounding like when the photo like zooms in, starts focusing, the sounds also focus, and you just hear like bottles like smashing, parents yelling at each other. You
gosh.
know? Yeah, that would be the opening shot that depicts what kind of life he was born into. Also, I don't know why we're using he. Could be she, they were born into. Right? So that sets the premise of the story. And then they grow up a little bit older into like a little, like, I guess, primary school age. And then that's when you see they go into the playground, and then they would boss other people, other kids around. They would constantly steal from other children. Right? And then they would always get caught by the teachers. Always picking a fight on the playground.
Right.
Always pushing other people over and stuff. And they would always get caught. And parents would get called in. And every time parents get called in, he would get home and get another beating. Because that's how things work around here, right?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, I have an idea for the shock with purpose. Okay, so here we go. So, you know how you were saying, like, the at the beginning, they're, you know, you kind of are painting the picture, like, the smashing, like they don't have a great like home life. So my idea of purpose is maybe they're like, I don't know, high school, middle school, I don't know. They're and you know, they become the bully. They're the bully now. And they find themselves in a situation like, I don't know, maybe picked up a bottle from the ground and like threw it at the person, and like they at that point, like, it's a very shocking, like, oh my gosh, you cut my arm just now. And then they have like a moment where they're, oh gosh, like, am I becoming like my parents, or like so maybe, and so you have a
so maybe as a kid they were timid, but like at one point, and then one day they were just like, I can't do this, and one day explode.
Yes, and then but then at that moment, you realize, like, not maybe not realize, but they have that.
They have
introspection where they have like a moment of introspection where it's like, this is something that had happened to me in my past. And then how I imagine that playing out is like, let's say they have a conversation, and like similar to what you were saying earlier, how it's like blurred noise, like in the background, maybe you hear like, hey, why did you like you cut my arm, like, oh gosh. And they're kind of, that is like kind of like blurred out, and they're kind of like having like a internal monologue, like, what did I just do? Like, what was that? Like, how do I feel? Like, how did that make me feel? And like, you know, this is something that I've experienced, and like, where do I go from now? And then they kind of have, I don't know. What do you think?
You know what?
Because I think
I kind of like that idea, but what if we don't do it to a random person? What if they get it back to their parents?
So not the main character? Like, the main character doesn't have that realization?
No. Like that, the main character's turning point. Yeah,
back to their parents. Oh my gosh.
And that's when their life goes downhill, because they became the parents.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. This is an intense show.
Well, that's all.
I would hope it's not cringy. Oh gosh. But and then,
to be honest.
And then I think we can harken back to the realistic consequences and reactions.
Yeah.
You know, I think for the story to continue, maybe the way the parents react to that is they're scared to be able to prevent anything from happening. Because I feel like another thing is like when things like this happen, it's because they weren't able, guided or watched over as they grew up. So I think, go ahead.
Imagine just seeing the scene, like let's say the character sees their mom trembling on the ground because they just hit her or something, and then they were like, wait a second, what is happening? Do I have power now?
Oh, right. And then that's when it starts to go downhill. So,
because at that point, no one is there to stop them anymore, and they were already set like a bad example the whole entire life. Let's say not only were they did they have bad parents, but they also didn't have any good friends around them. Maybe all of their friends were bullies, and then they just saw that, you know.
And then I think we can also touch upon, like, you know, because again, like, the whole idea of talk about things that them, but also we can maybe dive into like an internal monologue and like, oh, why did I do this, or like why did I go out and like, you know what I mean? So I think the whole purpose of the show being let's juggle between like nature versus nurture, because again, like the idea was there is no black and white.
Yeah.
Like there is no complete good and there's no complete bad. And I think being able to have multiple story beats that like maybe we can even have like each episode or maybe each arc of the show could be like, let's discuss like this thing that happened in their past or their school life, or maybe another arc will be like, let's dissect this action that the main character did.
I feel like it'll be better as a movie though. I feel like it's nice and short kind of thing would be to the point.
I agree. I agree. And I think being able to, flow back and forth between conversations about, am I affected by my surroundings or am I affecting my surroundings?
I think
being
we
able
shouldn't
to
have the main character ask himself that, because once you start asking, that's how you start correcting yourself. I think it's doing things without realizing that you're doing things is the scary part.
Right. And I guess it's not so much more of recognizing, but the highlight of the movie. Move between nature and nurture. So not so much like a character realizing the focus.
Maybe something subconscious.
Yeah.
So like one moment you see them
you
see them like oh maybe I shouldn't. Like for example, when they're robbing someone and then the person is like, please don't take this from me, I haven't eaten for days, and then you're like, you see them like pause for a minute, but then they take it anyways, Because it's like, you don't get to eat for days, I don't either, so it's either you stop or I stop. So I'd rather not.
I think if the movie kind of shows, both sides of the whole philosophical question of nature versus nurture, I think then the ending open-ended.
Yeah.
I think it would make
just
sense.
Continue doing what they do. Who knows if they get caught? Maybe they'll get caught one day. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But yeah.
And then I think that would help encourage to continue, thinking critically about, things like this. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's a story.
Okay.
That was a pretty good pitch. What do you guys think?
That was a pretty good pitch. Now while I open the poll, let's brainstorm some titles.
Oh my god, the title. Dude, I hate titles.
Whenever we think of titles,
You think of what?
I think of Bokupan. When I think of titles that we've made.
Bokupan, iconic.
Bokupan. Because when I hear Bokupan, I think like my bread. But then I realized then what it really was. Oh gosh.
Bokupan, iconic.
Bokupan.
Dude, this is hard. What kind of title would you give this? It's so vague. Like, what if I just call it? What if this one is the actual? You know, 50 Shades of Grey ain't got nothing on this. This is the true 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh gosh. Oh dear. And I think maybe a title that highlights that.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. 50 Shades of Grey.
No, I don't.
It's so much better than
First of all, copyright. Oh
60
gosh.
Shades of Grey? 69 Shades of Grey?
I still think that falls under copyright.
Fine.
Oh gosh. Okay, so is our movie cringe? No, it's thrilling. Or yes,
Yeah,
it
what do you
is.
guys think? Vote.
Okay,
It is time to
vote.
People.
Oh gosh.
Black
I don't
and
know.
Yellow. No, that's not it.
Black and Yellow.
Yeah, I just keep thinking of the color. I just keep thinking of colors.
Oh.
Is there anything on your mind?
I feel like I want to highlight the whole, because it's a conversation. I think the isn't necessarily a prescription on what you should or shouldn't do. I think it's more of a
Yeah, it's more the cautionary tale, right? It's more of just
a cautionary tale.
Always evaluating what you're doing. Don't just take your surroundings in. You gotta always get a second opinion.
Exactly. And I think it's a cautionary. These things shouldn't be taken at surface. And there's always lots of things to consider.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So.
feel like
I don't know. How would we highlight that?
Like nowadays, there's such like a big divide. I guess possibly because of social media as well. Everyone is just like, if you're doing this, you must be wrong. If you're doing this, you must be right. But I feel like no, there's always reasons why people do things. You gotta try to make people see your point, but if they can't see it, then they're not exactly wrong either. They just can't see it.
Right. Yeah. So I think having conversations like important. Yeah. Because then you're able to think critically about
even
like,
people
the
who are
media
flat
that you
Earth
consume.
supporters. I don't think they're all. I mean, it's a joke, but like I don't think they're all like bad people per se. Yeah. It's a surrounding. It's a mix of their education and upbringing. So
Right.
I
like
wouldn't blame it on them.
right. Like if only they had better education or I feel that. I feel.
Yeah.
That's why I really want to. I don't know. I want to highlight that in the title. Like this isn't.
Yeah.
This isn't us telling you like this is what you should do. It's more again like a cautionary tale and a conversation, a philosophical starter.
Highlight the fact that
It's a conversation.
There's no right or wrong. I feel like that's the part that we kind of really
Right.
say, right? I feel like there is no such thing as right or wrong, like ever. I feel like.
maybe in the grand scheme of things, yes.
Yeah.
But I think there's definitely in the day-to-day right.
I mean,
which I think
yeah.
Right.
But I feel like with everything, this is why lawyers exist.
Yeah.
With everything, I feel like there's a way to, there's always another side to everything. So, yeah.
Maybe I don't know if the other side. I don't know. You said there's
The other side.
that kind of like. I think that'd be nice because it's like there's always another side to it that I haven't considered, or maybe there's more than one reason why.
Yeah, but how do you make it sound catchy? Like not the other side, but like the one word title. Like reflection or something. Inverse.
I just feel like gray is
yeah. I
first
really.
word that
Yeah. Right.
right just gray.
Gray.
I think that'd be cool. But question: do you spell gray with an E or an A?
E. Wait, what?
Because gray can be spelled with an E or an A.
What do you spell it with?
I think it really depends. I think I spell it with an A.
What? It's E.
I think it depends.
No.
Let me see.
Wait,
Because I definitely have written it both ways, depending on what's the other.
G-R-A-Y just reminds me of Gary.
Gary!
I see Gary when I see G-R-A-Y.
Let's see.
G-R-E-Y.
Oh, Gray is like
It's like what?
Borgerland English.
Aha! No wonder.
and then Grey is
English.
is British English.
British. So the English.
Yeah, non-Borgerland.
Non-Borderland English. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You'll spell things weird. I mean, speaking of color, you spell it C-O-L-O-R.
Without
right?
the U.
Yeah.
Without the U. How about author? How do you spell author?
How do I spell author?
Do you spell it with the U or without the U?
O-U-R, maybe?
How do I spell it?
How do I spell author? I think it's...
With or without a U?
I can't remember.
A-U... Wait, the second... A-U-T-H-O-R or O-U-R?
Oh my god, is it with... Or is it without? I don't know. Maybe it's without.
I think Borgerland is without the second, and then other places
Let
is
me
with
just write
the
it
U.
down and see which one looks better.
I spelled without the U, the second. I've seen people spell author with.
I like it with the second U.
Yeah, I've definitely seen people spell it with a second.
What about center? Do you do C-E-N-T-R-E or T-E-R?
I do E-R for center.
I-E.
So I'm assuming you do it with R-E.
Yeah.
There's a lot of words like but theater with an ER and theater with an RE, I differentiate. Because I think I think ER is like the building. It's the theater. But theater with an RE is the practice.
Right.
Is the art, yeah.
I think it's the same.
With the word center and center actor or do you mean theater?
No, same. I think I just use IE. I've never used. Nah, no IE. No.
Well,
weed.
It looks like we got quite a few votes in, and look,
What?
we got majority. We got a majority.
Yo!
It's not cringe. I think that's a win for The Office.
Good job.
Yo!
Good job, does it?
Yes. I think we did a good job. That was exciting.
Yeah.
I think I had a fun, It was fun having this conversation. I think we will just have to stick with Gray.
Yeah, Gray's good. All right.
Oh gosh. And with that, everyone, thank you all so much for once again trusting the staff here at Off the Scuff with your time and your questions. And we hope to see you for our next shift.
I hope y'all liked, I guess Gray is the title now. Hope y'all liked it. But yeah, thank you to Kiro Low. Thank you for the question. Thank you very much. Arigato, thank you very much.
Yes.
And don't forget to leave your question for the next episode. And you might just get we might just talk about whatever the heck. Oh, hey, I haven't sorted.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck you want us to talk about. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I get it.
You have to have your pass.
I held it in hard. I clenched hard today. I get it.
Oh gosh. Oh dear.
But yeah, you could be responsible for the title of the next episode. All the thing, But yeah, thank you very much, Kiro.
And don't forget to press that like button, subscribe, share, reach out to us on Twitter with hashtag Off the Scuff. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinions, ideas, everything that you have in mind. No, don't smash everything. We don't have the money to that breaks in the office.
Right, we don't have money to.
Right. We can't even fix the wonky smartboard.
Oh.
So.
Captain.
That's why we have the jars. The jars are for saving up.
So when oh, okay, fine. Once we save up, we'll smash everything. Like smash that like button. The notification. And the share button.
And the share button.
Yeah, right. Okay, I get it.
Gosh. But thank you again, everyone, for stopping by the office today. And as always, or hopefully back in business at the same time in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
With even more fun shenanigans soon.
Yeah.
And we'll be sure to think of something
off
the scuff.
Don't forget to leave that comment. Don't forget to leave that comment. Don't forget to leave that comment. Do it.
Don't forget.
Do it. Hey.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you again next time.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye. 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 Bye.